Welcome to the Mouthpiece. We're back. It's been a long time coming, but we're back from Europe and back from all over the world. Today we're going to talk about the November 9 coming up soon, the final table, the main event. If you've been watching the ESPN broadcast, you've seen a lot of featured tables with me, and luckily for me, ESPN's made me look good. We're going to talk about my European trip. How did I do out there? What did I do? How I survived. We're going to talk about Poker Savvy Plus, poker videos. I keep saying new Mike the Mouth videos are coming out. Trust me, they are. I've been real busy. We're going to talk about the Niagara WPT North American Championship that's going on right now. We'll talk exactly what's going on. There's about 4 left as we tape this show. We're going to talk about the World Poker Tour coming up, championship at the Bellagio. We're going to talk about the current state of the World Poker Tour, why the numbers are down so far in all of American poker, and what we could do to fix them. We're going to also talk about my disastrous week in online poker and my hand of the week coming up next on the Mouthpiece. Welcome back to the Mouthpiece. The November 9 is set as we all know it. And if you've been watching the coverage on ESPN, you got to really see how some of them got there and some of them how they survived. You got to see a lot of my hands that they're showing. They haven't shown many hands because I never got dealt anything. I played my way all the way through as far as I did just on pure play alone. They did show a few. I love the coverage that ESPN gave me on Tuesday, the 2-hour feature basically all about me, which was really great. I thought they made me look real good, and I was real happy with the coverage. Once again, our good buddy Phil Hellmuth made himself look like a f***ing idiot. I like to use that word when I describe Phil Hellmuth because he likes to call everybody idiots when he and himself might be the biggest idiot in all of poker. So as far as the November 9 goes, we're going to be talking about that over the next 2-3 weeks. That's going to be real important as we head down the home stretch on November 11th and the November 10th and 11th in the final table at the Amazon Room, which I will be there, and rooting on my good friend Chino, who I've become pretty good friends with over the last 2-3 months. We spent a lot of time in Europe together, and I say that because a lot of people like to say negative things about him because of the things they've heard in the past, and sitting down for dinner with him and talking to him and him telling me some of the stories of why he has some of those things on his record are really kind of funny. So I'd like to maybe bring him on this show and we'll talk about that and give you all a few laughs before the November 9 is set. There's other people there I'll be rooting for if Chino happens to go out, but he is the guy I'm rooting for the most. And there's, if I put it in order, there's a lot of people I'm rooting for, but I'm going to go ahead and give him the number 1 nod, and we'll go on down from there. So, talking about my trip to Europe, I ended up in Germany for a week. We did the Full Tilt Million Euro Challenge. It was a promo for Full Tilt, in which we did some televised poker. That was pretty fun. I spent a lot of time with the guys down there and got to really do a lot of fun things in Germany. We left Germany, headed over to London, in which we actually left Germany, this little town in Germany, then headed up to Munich on a speed train to film the finals, and then we headed over to London. Once we got to London, we filmed the £1 million cash game, in which it was me, Eli on day 1, Durr, Hellmuth, Chris Ferguson, Patrick. On day 2 we had Andy Block, Gus, Patrick, Durr, David Benjamin. Anyway, sounds like a tough lineup, but it truly was the greatest game I've ever played in. You had all the egos trying to outplay each other. Between David Benjamin, Durr, Phil Hellmuth, and at first Ivy, until he got a hold of like 500,000 winners, and then he played well. I thought he played real well, but when it was all said and done, after playing about 16 hours of play over the 2 days in Europe in this £1 million cash game. I came out most impressed with Patrick. I thought he played the best. He kept his patience. He didn't get involved in an ego war. He stayed focused, and it was the first time I really played cash with him, and I really liked the way he played, and I was pretty impressed. Everybody else, I thought they were a bunch of idiots. Phil made a complete fool of himself. I thought Durr played as bad as you can play until the deck bailed him out, and he was 500,000 loser and got even. I thought David Benjamin played as poorly as you can play, caught 2 miracles to get up 280,000, and then lost 2 pots, went on full-blown tilt and played as bad as you can play and gave away all his money. As for me, I thought on day 1 a little timid. I was played a little bit scared. I didn't like that, getting used to the players. I hadn't played any live in over a year, and I struggled on day 1 a little bit. I found myself stuck about 24,000 after day 1, and that was when I tripled up on a hand with 2 9s. In a hand where I shipped it pre-flop all in for 26,000 and got called 26 cold by ace queen off by Durr, Tom Dwan. So I thought he played pretty poor. And then I hit runner. He flopped, of course, an ace with his ace queen off, and I hit running clubs to win that pot and triple up. And I made the right move against Eli, who had raised, and he had 2 8s, which I knew he had 7s or 8s just by the way he raised. Was really shocked to see Tom call with ace queen. So anyway, I came back the next day. I thought I played the first 2 hours a little timid until I stacked Hellmuth and got a hole where I had about 290, 300,000 in front of me, where I had chips to play with. I felt comfortable, and I thought I played really well the rest of the day. And when it all comes out on European TV or on American TV, I think it'll be out. It'll be a good cash game to watch. So that's what I did there in Europe. Then we played the World Series of Poker. I played the first 3 events. Day 1, I played for about 5 hours, chopped my way up from 6,000 to 10,000 without ever having a hand, and then found 2 kings and got it all in pre-flop against ace king. Come 3 blanks, ace on the river, and game was over, and that's how I got knocked out of the first WSOP. The horse event, I played as great as I can play. I did not even win a pot. They started with 118, and I made it down to 45 without ever winning a chip. And that was, I just was card dead there. And in case you guys haven't heard, in the main event, I made a big deep run, and you'll see that on TV. I'll be on like 3 featured tables. I was 3rd in chips after day 1. I was about 8th in chips after day 1. After day 2, I was about 3rd in chips. My chip position was great. I was playing great, only to find myself pick ace king up against ace queen, and him flop come ace queen, and then me to pick up kings against aces. And in that hand, I think I could have got away from it. It felt like he had aces pre-flop, but he was a short stack. I had 290,000. He had 60. So it was even making it even tougher to get away from. But and those are 2 pretty unfortunate hands, and I end up the way I go broke Jack 10 versus 5-6 on a 4-7-9 board where I check raise him all in, and he hit a 5 for a straight or for a pair. So it was a good read on me pre-flop on the last hand I go broke with, or on the flop. I felt weakness. I made a play. He insta-called me when he turned up 6 high. I was a little bit shocked because I thought that I was just dead and I misread the hand, but I know as it turns out, you'll see this on TV, and I was pretty proud of the way I played. So that was my European trip. The WPT Niagara tournament's going on right now, and yours truly did not make it there. That's the 3rd straight WPT I missed, and which really kind of sucks because my tournament game's been so good right now. But as you guys know, I had to miss the Legends tournament because I had to do a WPT boot camp. I had to miss the Borgata tournament because I had to go to Germany. And this tournament I had to miss because I had to pay my taxes that were due on the 15th of October because I get extension, and I could not be out of town if I had made the final table or even the final down like the last 27 because I had to sign my taxes and get them all done. So I could not make that tournament, and at this present time with 4 people to go, Gavin Smith sits in about 2nd place. Kathy Liebert's still in. She's sitting in last place. But we're going to be pulling for Gavin because for all you out there who don't know, Gavin has now been about 13 straight weeks without drinking. And I really would like to see him get rewarded because I've always said to people, when you do the right things and you live right, good things happen. And when Gavin went on that big run in 05, 06, you know, he wasn't drinking, and I kept telling him, you know, that you forget that, you know, why you were successful when you were successful. And so I'd like to see good things happen to Gavin and him win that tournament. So that's what's going on there. As far as the Bellagio up-and-coming tournament, 5-diamond tournament, starts the main event on the 20th, I think. Today is the 16th. And so it starts this weekend. And all the prelim tournaments, all the numbers have been way down, which I expected. As far as everybody out there knows, I'll be playing in the Bellagio tournament. There should be around 300 people, I predict, for this tournament. The numbers will be way down. There might even be less than that. But I'm still looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough tournament. It's going to be fun to play. And, you know, that's about it. Let's talk about the current condition of the World Poker Tour. What is my take on the current condition of the World Poker Tour? It is in very bad shape, as everybody knows out there, and people want to know, well, why is the World Poker Tour in very bad shape? Well, first of all, Mr. Lipscomb, my friend, who I care a lot about, he's a good person, okay, it comes a point where you made poker what it is today. Thank you. I credit you so much for what it is today. Okay, but in poker you have to evolve. In every part of the world and every part of things you do, you have to evolve. People are sick of the same things over and over and over and over and over. It's just boring. It's flat out boring. Nobody wants to sit there and watch boring poker with Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten doing a show, saying the same things over and over and over. Now, this is not to knock Mike Sexton or Vince Van Patten. These are very good people that have done a lot for poker. But the bottom line is this. We have got to infiltrate, that's the word I think I'm looking, new blood into TV poker. Meaning, we have got to make the shows more entertaining, whether it's with the players or with the announcers. If we're going to have 6 boring players around the table, we have got to infiltrate the TV booth with players like Mike Matusow, Daniel Negreanu, people like Phil, people that are going to make the table entertaining. If the players aren't there to entertain during that show, we have got to have something to make it entertaining so people will watch the show. Okay, let's analyze the situation. Why is TNT's NBA so popular? Because it has Charles Barkley analyzing and making fun of people and telling how bad they are. Okay, you have got to find a way to keep the show entertaining. If you don't entertain the show, people won't watch it. Period. 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 There ain't nothing else to do. Ain't nothing else to say. So Steve, figure out what you're going to do to make the shows better. And once again, this is no knock on Vince. He's a great guy, does a great job. Same with Mike. But we've got to infiltrate more entertainment into the shows. This is what poker is. It is all entertainment. This is what it is. It's WWF entertainment. It is not 6 idiots sitting around. Nobody gives a fuck about poker and but watching people play cards. Thank you. It's been that way forever, and that's the way it's got to stay. And 2 years from now, if they don't find a way to get poker players some kind of endorsement money from places and share with them, we are going to have the only people playing are going to be people backed by Full Tilt, Poker Stars, Ivy, or Lindgren. And I believe that. And there might be 20 others. So there is going to have to be some kind of revenue sharing with poker players. And they're going to have people go out and sign deals with them. But people are not going to share revenue, or they're not going to get sponsorship money for a boring show that nobody watches. Okay? We're going to get sponsorship money from exciting shows that people watch. So they need excitement in the shows, and they've got to find a way to get that in there. And I'm willing to put myself forward and work for nothing, pretty much, to help out poker if that's what they want. But they need something to be done, and need it done soon. So that's the state of the WPT right now. That's my belief, and hopefully you all out there understand my thoughts. As you know, Poker Savvy Plus, poker videos, Mike the Mouth Matusow, www.pokersavvyplus.com. I have not had any new videos out in a while. I apologize for that, as I've been extremely busy. Hopefully we'll get some videos out to you guys and get some good stuff there going for you. So I apologize again for that. As far as online poker play, if you haven't heard, I had the worst 10 days of poker I could ever remember, where I lost around 300,000 in the last 10 days. It just seemed like I lost every hand I played every single day. It didn't matter what I played or what game I played. So I just took the day off yesterday, and hopefully I'll be able to change this around. My hand of the week is brought to you by Skin Industries, www.skinindustries.com, FullTiltPoker.com, and also Poker Savvy Plus, poker videos from Mike Matusow. And we're going to go ahead and go into Pot Limit Omaha. This is my hand of the week because it was the last hand I played after a $67,000 losing session, in which I never played higher than 2,400. And most of it was done in quarter 50, pot limit and no limit. And my last hand that I lose gets raised under the gun. I call small on the button. We're playing Cat PLO. I've got ace, 4, 5, 8, double suited spades and diamonds. And the flop rolls off a king, deuce, 4 with 2 spades. The one hole better bets the pot. I raise the pot all in because it's a cap PLO, so we get 2,000 in. And he rolls off 2 dry aces and 2 dry tens. In which part I roll off a pair of 4s, a gutter ball 3, or a gutter ball 3 for a straight, a 5 for 2 pair, or a spade or an 8. So I basically had a 3, 5, 8, 4, or spade, which made me about 68% in the hand, in which I moved all in, and I got insta-called by the 2 aces, 2 tens, no suit. The turn card rolled off a 4 to give me trip 4s, and the river card rolled off a 10 to give him 10s full. And that is my hand of the week. Once again, I flopped 21 wins twice. I hit, and he resucked a 2-outer on the 3-outer on the river, 1 ace or 2 tens. And that is the way my whole 10 days of poker really went. But I like to put that in as my hand of the week because that was my final hand. That is the one that put 0, 0, 0 in my account until I had to go rebuy, which I will today. Very, very disastrous week. Okay, this is my favorite part of the show. I hope we get some follow-up calls today. It's probably going to be a little bit slow because I haven't been here in a while, but let's light up the phones. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. It's Mike.
Hey, Mike, it's Stacy from Cleveland. How you doing?
Hi, Stacy from Cleveland. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Hey, I have a question for you.
Yo.
How do I get used to multi-table play? I'm so used to playing one table and concentrating. And
That's, you know what? I'm very, very bad at that. I've actually
I just saw your matrix thing on Full Tilt, and it looks insane.
Yeah, I'm really, really bad with I'm really a bad multi-tabler. Matter of fact, whenever I play more than one table, I always lose. And
you lose every situation that you're in. You know, you lose the mindset.
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's these kids. They all play like 10 tables at once, and 4 tables and 6 tables, and I have no idea how they do it.
That just kind of sounds like they just play the cards and they're not looking at the situation.
To me, there's no possible way that you could be playing more than 2 tables at a time. Maybe if you're playing 3 ring games, you could possibly concentrate, but you can't be playing more than that and telling me you're playing poker. You're just playing cards, and that means if you've been winning all this money or whatever, you're just been running good because it's not poker. And I've been saying that forever to a lot of these kids, the people that multi-tables and stuff. There's no way you're playing these like 6, 7, 8 games and telling me you're playing poker. You're not. You're just looking at the cards and just hit and click. So I'm with you on that. But I struggle to multi-table myself, so I really can't give you any advice except to maybe get some 5-hour energy or some kind of stuff that makes you focus, whatever. focus water, and I use a lot of that. The pink stuff from the vitamin water.
Water, whatever.
Yeah, vitamin water, the pink focus water. I use that, and that'll help you to be able to multi-table a little bit better. But I struggle very much, so I wish I could give you a better answer. I wish I could give you a better answer, but I'm probably the worst multi-tabler in all of poker. So.
Yeah, well, so am I, pal. So you're not alone. Hey, I'm gonna wait for your book to come out.
Yeah, my books will be out on May 19th.
Yeah, is there any way to pre-order it?
Yeah, at Amazon. You can go down at Amazon.com. It's up there now. And we're going to talk about my books on the show today, and we're going to talk about a lot of things. So yeah, you can Google me at Amazon, and you can pre-order my books there.
Super. All right. Thanks a lot, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. It's Mike.
Hey, Mike, this is George.
Hey, George. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. How you doing?
I'm doing real good, man. How about yourself?
I'm all right. A little sick here and there, just catching a cold, but hoping it's going to get better.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. Just the weather up and down.
Hey, cool question for you, though.
Sure.
I was just curious, when your book comes out, do you see yourself playing much poker afterwards?
Yeah, well, I'm always going to play poker. That's a good question. I mean, the big book we got coming out is the autobiography. That's really the one we plan on really making a lot of money off of, and I got a couple of movie deals in the works for it that people are interested in. And my tournament book is also going to be really big. And the thing about my tournament book, it's going to really it won't allow me to play poker the way I play poker now, because now people will look at these 7-day tournaments in a different way, and they'll start wanting to play like the correct way, which is the way I play. And then now I'll have to change gears probably back to my old way. So I don't know exactly. That's what pretty much when you say am I going to play poker, that's probably what you're saying. When people are going to learn how I play, will I be able to play much? Well, I don't know. I'm going to be doing a lot of book signings around the country. I know that.
Yeah, because I've been watching your show for a while, and I saw how you said you were going to be doing the whole tournament book, and I figured, hey, if it's going to be thrown out there, it's going to be able to even adapt to other players right now. I know you can change gears here and there,
right?
But just the fact of trying to make money, I know you can have endorsements and stuff like that, but if you sell so many books, hopefully you can just live off that in the future.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that with 23 million online players and all the people in the, they say that poker is not booming right now because of whatever. Poker still is probably, with the economic disaster that we have right now, poker still, our numbers are higher than ever at Full Tilt Poker, and and the numbers of poker stars are still higher than ever. I mean, people still gamble. They don't give a shit. So European market people is really big. So I don't. The only drop off in poker right now is the World Poker Tour, because they don't know what they're doing. And if they had a clue what they were doing, they wouldn't have a drop off either. I've told them this a million times. I mean, you just can't keep the same bull going over and over and over. You need to inflict new atmosphere, new blood into the show, and they just want to just keep everything the same, and they're just going to drive themselves on the ground. So that's their own fault. But poker's not dying. Poker's far from dying.
Do you think a new game needs to be introduced? Because No Limit Hold'em's been up there for 4 or 5 years, and people have been interested in it, but it seems like maybe drowning down a little bit, and it's like Omaha and stuff.
It's not Pot Limit Omaha ain't going to change anything. It's just people. It's like Doyle said to me. He said there's a reason why we only play No Limit Hold'em once a year. It's because it's such an easy game to adapt to. If you're fearless and you have no problems just coming over the top and putting it in on somebody, your edge is totally negated against any good player. So for that to change, I mean, to change the way the game is played now, I'd like to see it played pot limit pre-flop and no limit after the flop. And if they do that, it'll take away the ability to people to just keep moving in on people when they raise pre-flop, and it'll take away the ability to negate the good player.
Okay, I have one last quick question for you.
Yep.
I've been playing online in Full Tilt for like probably 4 years or so right now.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any kind of game you would recommend to play on there? Because I've tried Omaha. I've done so, and it's for like watching some of your videos and stuff from Poker Savvy.
Right.
And I've been doing No Limit for a while. But what kind of game would you recommend to do online?
Well, I think Omaha 8 or better online is pretty good because you could just basically play mathematically correct, and have a lot of patience waiting on like 1, 2, 3, ace, deuce, 3, and you just really don't need to play anything but with ABC, and your edges get so big, and people play so many bad hands. So I think that's without a doubt the biggest edge you're going to have in playing a little.
So you
Omaha 8 or
wouldn't
better.
think it would differ on stakes for like what kind of stakes you play on Omaha 8 or better?
Well, pretty much any stakes they all play bad. So nobody knows how to play 08, and they never will, until I write a book on it. And I quit putting videos out on it because too many people I was playing with started looking at my videos, and it was costing me way too much money, and I was getting paid by the company to do the Omaha 8 videos, and I'm like, I'm not going to teach the world how to play 08. If they ever learn how to play 08, then I'm really screwed. So, I might put a book out one day on it, but I don't, we'll see.
All right, mate. Thanks.
All right, man.
Appreciate talking to you.
You got it.
All right, you too. Bye.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece.
How you doing, Mike?
What it be, brother?
Charlie from New Jersey.
Charlie from New Jersey.
How you doing, Mikey?
I'm doing good, Charlie. I mean, well,
Welcome
I don't know. I had the worst 10 days of life in my life in poker. I think I lost like 300,000 online the last 10 days.
Oh,
But
my God.
I never run so bad in my life, but life's good.
I hear you. That's part of the poker scene. You know how it is.
No, I don't
go
know,
through
man.
the
This
same
is
thing.
like
not that much.
this is so brutal. I mean, I lost every hand I played every day. I had like a 7. I lost like 9 out of 10 days, and literally, if there was like 8,000 hands dealt, I think I might have won 20. I mean, it's almost like impossible, but that's all right.
I hear you. So how's it? Welcome home, right? What were you overweight for? How long?
Yeah, well, I was in Germany. We were doing
Germany. That's right.
was in Germany for a week. We did this full tilt €1 million challenge, and then I went to London and I played in a £1 million pound buying cash game, in which I played with a bunch of top players, which really played like shit, and I won. I did really good in Europe. I won like $250,000 in Europe. I won like 130 in the cash game, and then I won. I cashed I finished 18th in the main event, and in the World Series of Poker Europe, and really got unlucky there too. So I played well, and things were good out there, and then I came home, and then it's like a disaster hit. But that's it.
I hear you. I wanted to ask you too about what's up with Phil Hellmuth and the attitude. You got a young amateur trying to play, and like the guy was right, he put his own $10,000 up, even though it was still a bad call on his part.
Yeah.
But because I saw how Phil Hellmuth acted, and a lot of the pros are starting to act like that. Why is that?
I don't know. I couldn't act like that.
Is it a lot of animosity towards the young kids that are coming up? It's like with what's his name, Scotty Gwynn that night.
Yeah.
The
Well,
same thing.
I don't understand. Phil's just a sick head.
He's got all the money in the world. These guys are just, trying to win a few bucks. He's got his name made already.
Yeah. Well, Phil's not all there. Phil takes it to another level.
Well, I heard you tell him that calm down and relax.
It was a lot worse than ESPN made it look. Just like Scotty's wasn't near as bad as they made it look.
Yeah, true.
And I'll have no problems going out in the air. I mean, I talked to Norm Chad down in L.A. Or down in London, and I asked him why they went so far out of the way to destroy him, and he said it wasn't his idea. It was the ESPN's idea. They were that's the way they wanted to go, which I knew that.
Yeah, the Scotty Wynn one. It seemed like they egged them on too. They kept giving them bids. Of course, that's
that's just not that. Just remember that they can edit any piece of tape to make you look way better or way worse.
True.
As bad as Phil looked on Tuesday, it was 10 times worse. That's all I could tell you. It was 10 times worse. And that's when you have me at the end saying you're way out of line, you better chill out. That's
Yeah,
because,
I heard that. I know.
Okay, that was because there was a lot more than what you saw. And
Wow.
and just the idiot was one thing.
Yeah.
It was really, really. They should have. I mean, if they let the whole thing go, I mean, it was really ugly. So.
I mean, I would have gotten upset too. The guy calls with a hand like that because I'd go through that all day online. Too.
I wouldn't have got upset. I thought it was funny. It wouldn't bother me at all. Anybody is trying to whenever they want to try and like give their money away, why would you ever get upset? How else are you gonna make your money?
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's just a matter of time until they're going to get caught.
Right. You know.
But he just got lucky on that one hand.
He would have. You know.
All right, Mikey.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call, man. Call me.
All right.
anytime.
Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you next time.
Charlie. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Welcome to the Mouthpieces, Mike.
Hello.
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 I was just wondering. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. I was just wondering what your thoughts on the towel were.
What?
The towel.
The towel?
Yeah. What are your
What-
thoughts on the towel?
What are my thoughts on what towel?
No. That. You
What
know,
are my thoughts on Phil Hellmuth? Is that what you said?
What about Phil Hellmuth?
What do you want? What the do you want, man?
I just, the towel. What are your thoughts on Phil Hellmuth as a towel?
Oh, should I use Phil Hellmuth as a towel to wipe my on? What?
What? No. He's his new protege or whatever.
Oh yeah, he's my protege. Yeah.
No, the towel.
Oh, the towel is your new protege.
The guy's the guy's name. That's his thing. No, wait, okay, right.
There you go. There you go. You can do it. You can do it.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the towel? Phil Hellmuth's protege, who says he's after Mike and Mouth's head. After your head.
What do I think of Phil Hellmuth, the towel, that Phil Hellmuth, Mike Matusow's protege of? Man, you don't make no sense.
No, Phil Hellmuth's
Phil Hellmuth
protege.
You're Phil Hellmuth's protege. I got it. Oh, hi, Phil Hellmuth's protege. What are you doing, buddy?
No, the towel is.
Oh, the towel is. Well, it's been nice talking to you because you don't make any sense and I can't talk a conversation with you anymore. But it's been fun.
The towel?
Yes.
Well, the towel will live on.
All right, buddy. You have a great day.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed your week here on the Mouthpiece. Thanks for the phone calls. We had only about 4 of them today, which I expected to be a little bit short because I haven't been here for a while. But hopefully next week we'll get a lot more phone calls and be looking to hearing from you. I'll be in town for a while. I'll be going to the Foxwoods tournament. And other than that, I will be here for the final table of the World Series of Poker. And I'll be playing in the Bellagio tournament this week. So for all you out there, the only way I won't be here next week on the Mouthpiece is if I'm at the final table of the Bellagio. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for being here on the Mouthpiece. This is Mike the Mouth Matusow. See you later.